Pumpktoberfest in our pumpkin patch with our many, many pumpkin beers for spooky pumpkin beer drinking season. And what spooky costume did you wear this time, Nella?
I'm a femme fatale. You're probably wondering why I brought you here. It was to drink beers.
You promised me that your costume would strike terror into the hearts of men.
Of course it is. It's the classic man-eater archetype of old and new Hollywood. Am I right, Kyle?
Right.
Kyle, what are you doing here?
I live here. I just live across the hallway. There's nothing but a living room separating us.
Right.
You've been drinking beer for weeks, and yet there I was, not being invited to your little drinking parties.
Well, you know, I would invite you to drink with us. I mean, totally, you're our roommates, so, you know, it would make sense. But it's just that you have to dress up to come to the pumpkin patch. It's the rule, and you have to wear something spooky or horrific. And you're just, you know, I didn't want to make you have to go through that, you know.
I am wearing a costume. I'm dressed as the hegemonic ideal of the American male.
Oh. Yeah.
I've been so thirsty.
Okay, come on over. Come on, look, you can sit right here.
So, what are we drinking?
Well, so much to choose.
I think in
Yeah.
honor of Kyle and his show, we should pick ones that are vaguely film-related.
Because that is your one personality trait.
Absolutely. Well, that and singing. That and, you know, self-loathing. And...
Let's stick with the movies.
Okay.
This is it's a screaming pumpkin. This is Wilhelm's Scream by Magic Hat.
Ooh.
And, of course, we have Two Roads, Rosemarys Baby. And, horse heads. Because, you know, the Godfather.
Bit of a stretch, but okay.
It's a big one.
Big one.
Well, let's drink.
Pumpkin Patch Show.
Magic Hat Wilhelm Scream. So, what's a Wilhelm Scream? Give me your best Wilhelm Scream.
I need to practice this. Ah! Again?
That does sound familiar.
Yeah, it's a very common sound effect. Ben Burtt, in particular, the sound designer who's behind Star Wars and Indiana Jones, and he was the voice of Wall-E in Wall-E. He tried to put in the Wilhelm scream, that particular noise, in pretty much everything that he's done. And it dates back to, like, this Western in the 1950s. And it was first heard when a character named Wilhelm got shot in the leg with an arrow on horseback. He took that sound and then just, you know, remixed it. So Stormtroopers have made that sound, Nazis made that sound, Buzz Lightyear made that sound. It's just this common, like, element that's like a little Easter egg in and of itself.
Stock sound effects save you on recording Foley's.
Yeah.
Ah!
So, hopefully, the beer from Magic Hat will definitely make us scream with delight, we hope, instead.
It's 5.4% ABV. And it's got a nice color.
It's got it. The smell right off the bat is,
A little amber.
It's an ale brewed with pumpkin and spices, and that's all it says. So we're going to see how much pumpkin, how much spices. We rank our beers on a scale of squash to pie and on their spiciness levels. Pie being infinitely superior to squash.
says her.
Okay.
Oh, the smell is,
Pleasant.
It smells good, but it doesn't smell like pumpkin spice.
yeah.
I mean,
It smells
sweet.
more fruity than anything else.
That's nice. It's not the best pumpkin beer I've ever had, but that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It smells tangier than it tastes, though.
It's got a bit of hoppiness to it. It kind of comes out after the first sip that I don't really like as much, but right on the tip, it's very tasty.
But doesn't make you go, ah.
No, I think it makes me go a little more,
Ah!
Makes me go, ah.
maybe a little more,
A Wilhelm sigh.
yeah, Wilhelm sigh.
Only lightly getting shot in the leg with an arrow.
A graze.
A flesh wound.
Ah!
I mean, it's very refreshing. Very drinkable. I'm not really finding... There is a spice to it, but it's not a pumpkin spice.
It's a nice, smooth beer. It doesn't have anything about beers that I don't like none of the bitterness, none of the sour, none of the hoppiness, but it doesn't really have much else.
It kind of has... I almost feel an almost straw flavor in my mouth once I'm done drinking it.
Yeah, it kind of has like a dry,
Little,
tongue-coaty-feely.
Like a... Been in a barn and there's hay, and I just walked out. kind of feeling, if that makes sense.
What were you
Makes
doing in the
sense to
barn?
me.
Were you rolling in the hay?
I was not rolling in the hay.
That's another film reference.
Roll in the hay.
Because those are the only references we know.
We speak movie natively.
But I like it. I like it better than a lot of the ones we've tried.
Yeah, I'm not sure where to put it. I mean, I'm not really tasting the squash. I'm not really tasting the pie. But if I had to, I'd put it more on the squash side of things.
Probably in the middle-ish. It's not particularly pumpkin spicy, but it's not pumpkin spicy.
It's a very pleasant beer. Can't complain.
But not as advertised. It's not like a kick sort of thing. It's too subtle to be called anything Scream related.
Says it's a performance in every bottle. I don't like regular Magic Hat, but I like this.
I mean, a performance in every bottle if it's like a corner magician, maybe? No, but even that's too
That's
exciting.
a little more spectacle. It's like a gentle dance number.
Yeah. It's like you go to a restaurant and they're playing like old movies on the screen with no sound and it's just kind of background.
Yeah, like at the Olive Tree, Charlie Chaplin stuff.
Yeah. And you're just kind of like, oh, this is actually a good movie that I can't hear. So...
Which is still ironic considering it's named after a sound effect.
I know. But that's what I'm feeling. So there.
Next.
Yeah, next.
Next.
Pumpkin Patch Show.
Two Roads, Rosemarys Baby. Isn't it cute?
So we can expect this to taste like paranoia and Satan
And gaslighting.
and gas. It feeds into the paranoia. It's a paranoia inducer.
Ale brewed with pumpkin and spices, aged in rum barrels with vanilla beans.
And Satan.
Says it's from somewhere between heaven and ale comes this scary good seasonal.
Well, it's actually from Stratford, Connecticut.
Heaven and
but-
ale?
It's
It's somewhere
rated.
between heaven and ale?
It's rated R for rum barrels.
That is adorable. I like this beer already and I haven't even drunk it. I just love stupid shit you write
Says
on your
it's
label.
scary good pumpkin ale. Scary good. It's kind of the same color as the Magic Hat.
Yeah. A nice clear.
It's a good pumpkin
coppery-
color. I don't smell much of anything.
Yeah.
It's very clean smelling.
I'm smelling something, but it's less like spicy than their ones.
I have no idea what I'm smelling on this.
Vanilla,
Might be
I guess,
Satan.
I think I might be
It
getting
might
some
be
of the
Satan.
vanilla. No, Satan smells better than this. Come on.
Smells stronger than this, definitely. Sulfur.
Well, I'll tell you what it tastes like though. Rum.
Does, yeah.
There you go. Soak that right up from the rum barrels.
Ooh, yeah.
This is 6.8% alcohol by volume, so it's a strong one, so you can enjoy that.
It's devilishly rummy. I suck at puns.
Well, I'll buy it for $1. I'm actually
Wrong movie reference.
Oh, I am finding. I think the rum actually. I'm getting pumpkin off of this. I'm getting the squash.
Let me try it again. I don't know what I'm getting.
Mostly rum. You're mostly getting rum. Let's be real.
It's like
here.
a rum flavored beer. It's, I mean, it tastes autumny. Autumny. Autumny.
It tastes odd on you.
Fall-like. Fall.
Fall-esque. But it doesn't really taste pumpkin spicy. I mean, definitely not like some of the ones we've tried. But
Yeah.
it's nice.
It's also got that slight perfume floral going on, like
A little
right
bit,
at
yeah.
the end, but not as much, not nearly as much as Money Nose.
It's kind of doing this back of the throat
Yeah,
tartness thing. Not tartness, but like a catch.
yeah.
It would be brilliant if this actually had tannis root in it. That's a Rosemary's Baby reference.
If well,
I haven't seen it since I was 13.
It's... Never mind. Moving on.
on the whole, I put this on the scale of 2 squash-like. Also, I'm realizing I'm getting a very candy after flavor from it, like breathing out.
It's probably the vanilla.
Like, yeah.
I mean, I'm a big vanilla fan, but I don't think it quite works for me here. This has got almost a bitterness to it that maybe is that rum flavor that...
Almost like a medicinal candy-like.
Yeah, that's why I'm not really tasting the vanilla. The bitterness is overwhelming it.
I'm not loving this. I mean, I drink it, but I probably wouldn't seek it out.
Yeah.
It's okay, though.
Interesting concept, though.
Cute name.
Can't wait for the repulsion beer. That tastes like being locked up in your home and thinking the walls are about to eat you. It's a Polanski movie. It's a different Polanski movie. Obscure references. That's my other character trait.
Pumpkin Patch Show.
Horsehead's Pumpkin Ale. And it says on the bottle it's a malt beverage. which we know are usually a little bit higher in ABV. This is only 7%, so that's not that high. But it looks to be good, and it's got 3 little skeleton horses on it.
So cute. So I actually looked up the history of the town because when I looked up the beer, it's just named after the town it's a part of. Horseheads, New York, which is below the Finger Lakes region in New York. So that's sort of west southern area of New York.
So it's not from the Horsehead Nebula.
Nope, not at all. And it turns out the town got its name from... So, back during the Revolutionary War, General John Sullivan in 1779 was marching out there and they were gonna go, like, try to mess with the Iroquois, who had sided with the British, their old allies in the French and Indian War. And so there was a whole bit of nastiness out in western New York and all that stuff with the Iroquois. And as they were marching back, the journey was so terrible and so hard that a lot of the sick and dying animals, horses, had to be slaughtered. And then the Iroquois went back afterwards, took all the bleached bones, and lined the sides of the roads with it, so then the area became known as the Valley of the Horseheads. And that's how the town got its name. So history!
Are you okay?
I'm wonderful.
Have more beer.
So beer.
Absolutely.
So with that pleasant jaunt through history.
It's a lighter color, a little straw-like.
Yeah. Ooh, it's got a...
Much lighter than the other
But
one.
It's got some pie smell, though.
It's not very clear. It's a little creamier
Smell
looking.
it. Smell it.
Yeah. This smells more like vanilla than the other ones. Does it have vanilla?
Malt beverage brewed with spices and fermented with pumpkin. Doesn't mention vanilla. I mean, but they always have ingredients that they don't list on the bottle. You can go on the website to find out a lot more about the beers, or even look on the boxes they come in. They always have more written on there.
Ground horse skull, most likely.
It's spicy,
Yeah.
but softly spicy, not like harsh spicy. But you get the cinnamon, you get the nutmeg.
I have to say, this is one where the flavor does not live up to the smell.
Anyone else getting a really spicy aftertaste, though? I just got hit
Yeah.
by the spices.
I'm getting a lot of spices, but not any body to it. Like, the
lot,
spices
yeah.
are kind of sprinkled on top, but there's nothing solid in there.
Yeah.
There's
it sneaks
some
up on you.
really solid nutmeg and cinnamon going on in here. Like, the cinnamon, I think, is the strongest one, to be
Really
honest.
solid.
It's
Like to the point of being crunchy, almost.
But it's gentle. I feel like I could just down this in gulps. And for a 7.0% ABV beer, that's pretty.
That's really how much it is. Like, really?
Yeah,
This
it tastes weak,
I
but not in a
know.
bad way. It just tastes like, oh, I could drink a whole gallon of
Yeah,
this.
and this is dangerous.
Yeah.
Really?
They have a little motto on here. You want to read that? Our performance speaker.
Lip stretch exercises. So, tempting tastes play seek and hide off the trail that's true and tried. Aroma's dance has spirits guide down the path the pumpkins ride. Trokey, 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 trokey.
So now
trokey,
I'm just
trokey.
imagining that Horsehead is just where the Headless Horseman from Sleepy Hollow stables his horse.
Okay, the horse had a head. It was the horseman that didn't have the head.
But no, exactly. The horse had a head. He didn't, so it's Horsehead. It works. It totally works. Think
Most
about it.
horses
Think
have
about
heads.
it. But it's also a horse of a damn
stretching it.
ghost that might or might not be, just the
We
angry
have-
beau,
we have
like
the-
dressing up.
The Ichabod pumpkin ale that we're gonna try soon. So
Aw,
you want to go there.
Save your references.
Yeah.
I will use my references.
But it's definitely got the spices, but it feels almost like the spices were mixed in afterwards, which is the opposite of what it says. It was brewed with the spices and then fermented with the pumpkin. But
Yeah. The more I drink it, the more I like it, to be honest.
Yeah,
I really like it. It's probably my favorite of the three. I mean, the Wilhelm Scream was alright, but it was nothing special. This has got something to it.
Yeah.
I vote for this. On the scale, squash to pie, maybe a 4 towards pie.
Yeah, I agree. 4 towards pie.
4 towards pie.
It really is very drinkable. And it's 7%. Really? 7%.
More.
Another!
I like this drink. Another.
So do you guys vote for this one too?
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is the favorite of the three. Although good luck because it is a very small brewery located in the Finger Lakes region. So it might be a little tricky to get your hands on.
You found
But-
this at a Froofy beer store in Astoria, New York,
Yeah,
right?
so Froofy Beer Store in Astoria.
Go New York. Well, it was nice to spend an evening with you, Kyle. I mean,
Finally.
Roommate
Yeah.
Kyle.
I mean, so close and yet so far, right?
Wow, I didn't even know this room existed until you brought me into it.
Yeah, it's full of beer and skulls.
Yes. Keep it on the down low.
So you promised me terrifying that would strike horror into the heart's men. I'm not
Yes.
buying it. He does not look terrified. He does not look horrified. He is a man. He has a heart. I
Go
assume.
on a date with me in a noir film, and then let's talk.
Name it. Name a time. Name a place.
See, he is not terrified. This will not do. If you want to
Forget
come
it,
back to
Jake.
I've
Pumpkin
seen
Patch,
Storia.
I do want to come back to the pumpkin patch.
Actually, so do I. But at your leisure. At your leisure.
will you dress better? Both of you?
Of course I'll dress better.
What's wrong with the way I'm dressed?
It's not spooky. Spooky.
I promise you that the next time I'm here, my costume is gonna knock you out of this world. Honest.
It better.
Don't worry. Till next time.
Pumpkins, 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 pumpkins.
I'm dressed as something very scary. How the world really sees you. I'm Cecil Palmer. Proof that I can't be. Listeners. I'm Boatman. Shit. No, don't use that take. I can do this. I'm Batman. Fuck. I suck. Alright. I'm Spider-Man. Wait, shit. Shit! I suck. We are all Batmen in our own way. I kind of add pots, kettles. Pots and kettles.